What's up, peeps? Welcome to Father Fridays. It's Jay Brinson. I look like my mama, but I'm named after my father. You feel me? So it's Jesse Brinson Jr. You feel me? Jesse Lee Brinson Jr. to be exact. So, hey, don't be trying to steal me on my government name. But, hey, I want to encourage you in being a father in today's world. And today's topic is fathers give their kids purpose. All right. And when you look at First Peter, you see God calling us to be holy. Check this verse out. Therefore, prepare your minds for actions, and being sober-minded, set your hope fully on the grace that will be brought up to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ. As obedient children, do not be conformed to the passions of your former ignorance, but as he who called you is holy, you also be holy in all your conduct. Since it is written, you shall be holy, or I am holy. You feel me? So guys, right now I need to get to this part where God calls us to a purpose. Fathers give their kids purpose, right? And it says this, you also be holy in all your conduct, since it is written, you should be holy, for I am holy. What is holy? That means consecrated, set aside for a purpose, right? You as a father were set aside for a purpose. One of those purposes is a father. Right, that's why you're here today on Father Fridays, because you know that you're a father and you're trying to grow in your fatherness, right? And that fatherness, and then it don't just stop there. Maybe you're called to be an engineer or what all these other professions. But you feel what I'm saying? You're called to be holy. You should be setting aside your focus on being and accomplishing the purpose you have. But it's the same thing for your kids. Right? God is giving you insight to their life. He's shown you some things that they don't realize about themselves. All right. And so he says, be holy, be consecrated, be set aside for purpose. And if you got your kid in band and you know, man, that guy can't play a flute to save his life, maybe that's a wrong step. Now, I'm not saying, you shouldn't introduce your kids to music. And I think that's one of the things every person should do, at least 2 or 3 years of some type of music. But if you're forcing your kid after that, I think, that's probably not the right way to go. Right. If you know in your heart, like, oh, okay, that's not their purpose, So my point is, pointing your kids in the purpose, giving them things and putting things in their lives, training them up in the way they should go, so that they can accomplish the purpose and the holiness that God has called for them. And so with that being said, just remember, fathers call their kids to a purpose. Come back each Friday for it.